Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success. In this video, let us study the detailed structure of prokaryotic cell. Yes, in our last video, we studied regarding the overview of prokaryotic cell. So there we understood that prokaryotic cell does not consist of cell organelles and membrane bound nucleus. So here let us study on each and every part of the prokaryotic cell. So the first we have to study here is cell envelope and modifications, because outermost protective covering what we have in the prokaryotic cell is the membrane. So if we take the example of bacterial cell, we can clearly observe the presence of three outermost coverings. So three tightly bound layers present in the bacterial cell, so that is known as a cell envelope. So what are those three layers? So the first layer we can observe here. So the first thick layer what we can observe in the diagram, that is capsule, and next to that the second or the middle layer, that is named as cell wall, and next to the cell wall we have cell membrane. So these three layers, they bound very tightly with one another, and all three layers together form cell envelope. Understood? So the outermost layer of the bacterial cell membrane is glycocalyx. So the name of the outermost layer is known as glycocalyx. So that is followed by the next membrane, that is known as cell wall, and next to that and innermost layer, that is named as a plasma membrane. What is mean by glycocalyx? So glycocalyx is the outermost membrane. So in some of the bacteria, glycocalyx present in the form of loose sheath. And when the loose sheath is present in the bacteria, that kind of layer, glycocalyx layer, is named as slime layer. So there are some bacteria we have. In those bacteria, glycocalyx layer is present in the form of loose sheath. Clear? And such a layer is named as slime layer. And if you take the example of some other bacteria, so in those bacteria, glycocalyx is present in the form of tough capsule. That means thick layer will be present, glycocalyx layer, and it form a capsule like structure on the outer side of bacteria. So because of that, the outermost layer is named as capsule. So there are two different types of glycocalyx layer we can see in different members of bacteria. In some members of bacteria, the glycocalyx layer is very thin, and it is present in the form of loose sheath called as slime layer. And in some groups of bacteria, the glycocalyx form a very tough membrane like structure, and that is known as capsule. So this is about the outermost layer of the bacteria. Then what is the function of capsule? So capsule is the outermost layer of cell envelope. So this layer protects the bacterial cell from antibiotics, as well as it protects it from extremes of desiccation. So we know that antibiotics are the drugs they use to destroy bacteria. So when the bacteria consist of thick capsule, it protects the bacterial cell from the action of antibiotic, so that the bacterial cells are get protected by the capsule from antibiotics. And also capsules protect the bacterial cell from desiccation, that means from extreme uh, water loss. The bacterial cells can be get protected by the help of capsule. Then one more use to the bacteria by this layer is it will increases the pathogenicity of bacteria. That means the disease causing ability of the bacteria will be get increases. because the capsule is very thick and it is giving slippery nature to the bacterial cell, so that when the bacteria enters into any other living organisms like human body or some other animal, so this layer uh, will help the bacteria to escape from the phagocytic cell. So it will increases the pathogenic nature of bacterial cell. So these are the few advantages of the capsule to the bacteria. Then next to the bacteria, we have a middle layer, that is cell wall. So cell wall is situated just below the capsule and outside the plasma membrane. That means it is actually a middle layer. Next to it, plasma membrane is present, and outside the cell wall, capsule is present. So cell wall actually provide proper shape to the cell and it protects its internal structure. So cell wall is tough in nature compared to the plasma membrane. So the cell wall is giving proper shape as well as it is protecting the cell. Uh, Actually it is protecting the internal structure of the cell, that means cytoplasmic region as well as the nuclear membrane, then plasma membrane. These are all the inner structure, they are actually get protected by the cell wall. The cell wall is made out of one of the component called as peptidoglycan, or it is named as murine. So this is the component of cell wall in the bacterial cell. This is very important concept. So the cell wall in the bacteria or prokaryotic cell is made out of peptidoglycan or murine. So cell wall nature is one of the character used to identify two different types of bacteria. So one of the stain is actually used to differentiate the bacteria. That stain is named as Gram stain. So Gram stain is one of the staining that means coloring reagent. This is actually used to identify the kinds of bacteria. So according to this Gram staining method, bacteria are classified into two different types. So one type of bacteria is named as Gram positive bacteria. So why it is named as Gram positive bacteria? So when this group of bacteria treated with the Gram stain, they take up the Gram stain and appear blue in color. So because they absorb the Gram stain, they changes their color and appears blue in color. Because of that, they are named as Gram positive bacteria. Understood? And another group of bacteria is there, that is called as gram negative bacteria. So actually gram negative bacteria do not take up gram stain and they appear pink in color, so that they are named as gram negative bacteria. So what will make the color changing in bacteria? So how actually the change in color takes place when they are treated with the gram stain? So cell wall is made out of peptidoglycan. So if you take the gram positive bacteria, the peptidoglycan layer is very thick. So because of this thick peptidoglycan layer, the stain is easily get absorbed by the positive bacteria, so that soon they will change the color. But in case of gram negative bacteria, peptidoglycan layer is very thin, and on the surface of peptidoglycan layer a small membrane will be present, that is called as a lipid membrane. So because of that, gram negative bacteria does not absorb much stain, so that they do not change its color, so that they are named as gram negative bacteria. You can observe the differences in the diagram. So the first membrane what they have given is gram positive bacteria. So there you can uh, see the thick peptidoglycan layer, and gram negative bacteria consist of very thin peptidoglycan layer, and on the surface you can see one more membrane, that is the lipid membrane is also present. So because of this, gram negative bacteria do not absorb stain. Clear? So this is what the difference we have between gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Understood? So there are two types of bacteria there based on the gram staining method. One is gram positive and another one is gram negative bacteria. Then what is the function of cell wall in bacteria? So as we seen, cell wall is actually giving shape to the cell. So proper shape of the bacterial cell is actually determined by the cell wall. Then one more function is it prevents the bacteria from bursting or collapsing. So from the internal bursting or the collapsing, the bacteria is actually protected by the outer cell wall. So it will protect the bacteria from bursting or collapsing.